Hey guys, Big Red 310s here again. Yep, still got a band-aid. No big deal. Alright, this show, TNA Genesis. This sucked. I don't know what you want me to say. It sucked. It's kind of funny because Dave Meltzer, a few weeks ago, when the first week of tapings came out, he said that the show on paper looked like one of the best pay-per-views in TNA in a long time. And I'm not going to criticize the guy too much. I mean, he thought Joe was fighting Pope on the pay-per-view, and they were originally supposed to fight on the pay-per-view. And that got scrapped. And obviously, he didn't anticipate AJ Styles being out of that match with Doug Williams, which also really hurt the show. So, I'll say this, that this show, it had some highlights, 3 of which, if I think so, if I really think about it. But I don't really know what to say. This whole show, there was a lot of points in the middle when I was just kind of like, what the fuck? In fact, I would say matches, let me see, 7, 6, 5, 4. Matches 4 through 7, I was just scratching my eyes out going, why the fuck am I watching this show? It was that bad. But let's get to the good stuff. Jay Lethal versus Kaz. I thought this was good. Solid. Little opener. I do think it's a little overrated, though. I thought it was alright. You know, to me it was just, in and out. Stationary stuff. In and out. Done. It was a good match, don't get me wrong. But I just didn't think it was, that special. I've seen better Jay Lethal matches. In fact, I think Jay Lethal's match with Doug Williams was actually better than this. I don't know if I rated that 3 2 3/4, but I just remember enjoying that match more than I did this one. But anyways, I still thought this was a good match. I gave it a solid 3 stars. Good start to the show. Madison, Rayne versus Mickie James. I didn't like this. I liked it at first when Mickie was on offense, but the match went way too long. It was like 10, 11 minutes. And when Madison Rayne was on offense, it was so goddamn boring. And the crowd was saying, you can't wrestle, which, that's a sign. And Mickie James, she made a comeback, and then we just had a terrible ending. Tara comes out. Why the hell does this feud need to continue? Maybe it's not really a continuation of the feud. Maybe it's more of just another build on to Mickie still not being able to win the title. And then Madison Rayne put on the loaded glove, punched Mickie, and it was over. There's nothing more Mickie and Tara can do. And aside from that, I just didn't like this finish at all. I mean, I understand they want to further this feud, but bringing Tara into it's not going to do anything. Part of the aspect of the cage match that Mickie won was that Tara was now out of the picture, and now she could focus straight on the women's title. Bringing her back into the picture, it's not fair. It doesn't have a lot of continuation there. The storyline arch just doesn't really follow through. Hey, whatever though. I didn't like the match. I rated it a star and 3/4, but I still thought it was better than the usual Velvet Sky Madison Rayne bullshit match we get from this company. Motor City Machine Guns versus Ceremony. I really liked this match. I thought it was really, really good. Didn't think it was great, though. In fact, I thought their Whole Up and Show match was better than this. I thought their Victory Road match was better than this. And I thought their Ultimate X match on Impact was better than this, believe it or not. But I still thought this was really, really good. I still gave it 3 3/4. Again, the Motor City Machine Guns fucking save TNA pay-per-views. I mean, I'll give Beer Money their due. I mean, if it wasn't for them, the pay-per-view, they kind of helped it too. And it proves how... Jesus, and this is why I state my claim that the Motor City Machine Guns are the MVPs. I mean, are the best tag team. Were the best tag team of last year. I'm sorry, as great as the Kings were, their matches were just didn't mean as much as the Guns. And Sanders Robin made a good point too, as much as the BDK's matches either with Claudio and Aries. All their title defensive contenders felt like a big fucking deal. Like a big deal. The Kings never defend their titles, ever. And their matches don't really mean as much. Both matches, I'd say the BDK matches and the Motor City Machine Guns, and Motor City Machine Guns, it's obvious, they freaking saved the show. They saved this company, this product, by themselves. Both those teams' matches mean a hell of a lot more than the Kings of Wrestling. Now, I still think the Kings of Wrestling are the second best tag team of the year behind the Motor City Machine Guns, but still. Motor City Machine Guns, they saved, man. They saved this company. This was a really good match. I really liked it. I thought they peaked a little too early, but I still really liked it. Bully Ray versus Brother Devon. I've seen a lot of people crap on this, and I have no idea why. I really enjoyed this. I really, really did. It was booked perfectly. Perfectly. It was exactly like how the first match feud needed to be. I liked the DQ finish, actually. I thought it worked. I thought it made sense. It furthers along the feud just fine. And brother Bully Ray kicking Devon in the nuts and then walking away as the security guards are separating them. That was awesome. The crowd was super into this, chanting, "Let them fight." I mean, I really enjoyed this. I really did. I think it got more heat than anything else in the entire show. I really enjoyed this match. I only gave it 2.5, but I did really like it. Maybe I might even give it 2 3/4. I enjoyed it that much, really. This was exactly what it needed to be. And I like that. Next, we got Doug Williams versus Abyss. I did not like this match either. I think I gave this a 1 3/4. I hated this finish. With AJ Styles coming in, hitting Doug Williams with the belt while the ref wasn't looking. I hated this finish. God, man. I mean, I assume that they're going to do something in Immortal where Abyss has to forfeit the title to AJ or something of the like, because I don't see them just giving the title to Abyss. But I really didn't like that finish. And I didn't like this match either. This match was very slow, very pondering. Part of the story of the match was that Williams was selling a hand injury, so he can barely suplex Abyss. So when Doug Williams, when he can't suplex wrestlers, I mean, you're kind of left with a technical matchup with Abyss. So the match didn't really work for me. I personally didn't like this match. I gave it a 1 3/4. Didn't really enjoy it. I hated the finish. RVD versus Matt Hardy. I didn't like this match either. Matt Hardy is so fucking out of shape. No, not Matt Hardy. Fat Lardi. Yes, I'm 100% stealing it from somebody on the board. I don't care. Fat Lardi, because he looks way worse in this match than he did at the tail end of his WWE run. And that is saying something, folks. And he wasn't good, man. He wasn't good. He should have prepared more for this match. And RVD wasn't that great either. This match was kind of flat. Although I did like the finish to this match, I must admit. RVD does the frog splash, but Matt's arm is under the rope. So Jackson James tells Hardy no 3 count. And then Matt gives RVD the twist of hate, but RVD's legs under the rope, and the ref doesn't see this and counts to 3. You see, that worked very well. I really like that finish. Match, didn't like it all though. The finish actually adds 1/4 of a star. So I'm giving this 2 1/4, but I didn't like the match that much. And now we get a terrible match. The worst Kurt Angle match I have seen in a fucking long time. And it wasn't even a match. That's a sad thing. Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett in an MMA Exhibition match. This could have been very simple. It was 3 rounds, 2 minutes each. Very easy. Very easy to do. No problems with this. They could have done this exactly right. But they didn't, because the first 2 rounds, Angle was just kind of sitting on his ass, and then he was chasing Jarrett, and right as he got a submission in, the bell rang. And then in the 3rd round, the fucking Gunner and Murphy, I still can't believe one of those guys wrestled on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. It makes me sick. Gunner and Murphy helped Jarrett, put something in Angle's face that somehow made Angle bleed, and then the ref disqualified Jarrett. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hated this. Really, I mean, in a match like this, there was no action. So, if you liked the booking, you give it an NA. If you didn't like the booking, you give it a dud and you call it a waste of time. Like me. Also, this was a semi-main event. If TNA knew going in, this is what was going to happen for our semi-main event. Well, technically it wasn't the semi-main event, but we'll get into that later. Really, I just didn't like this match. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm going to give this a dud. I can't give it any rating. I can only give it a dud or an NA. And I'm going with a dud because I really hated this. Such a waste of time. I didn't like it at all. And they're built, once again, TNA building to Impact. They always build to Impact. I don't want to watch Impact. I'm here watching your pay-per-view. And this is the shit you're giving me? Fuck you. Moving on. Matt Morgan versus Mr. Anderson. Boring and not fun. Didn't enjoy this match. Was not enjoying myself during this match. I gave it 2 1/4. It was a nothing match in my eyes, and I hated the finish. Then, Anderson gets the pin. Bischoff comes out, says, "Hey, Anderson, you know what? I'm so impressed with you. I'm going to give you a world title shot right now." Jeff Hardy comes out in street clothes, he's making fun of Anderson. And after much interference, Matt Morgan comes in and attacks Hardy when the ref isn't looking. Then Foley and Flair come out, and they take each other out to the back. And then Matt Hardy comes out, and as he's about to interfere, RVD takes out Matt Hardy, and then Eric Bischoff goes in the ring, so as he's about to hit Anderson with the chair, Anderson gives him the mic check, and then he gives Hardy the mic check, and Anderson's your world champion. I like this, ladies and gentlemen. I like this a lot, actually, because to me, TNA actually acted smart for once, which is, wow. They did something that they knew they had to do. They knew they would have to they would have to take the title off of Hardy. And instead of doing it at the next TV tapings, they actually freaking did it on pay-per-view. It was a very creative manner. Yes, I understand. Some people bring up the argument, well, Fortune wanted to leave the pay-per-view with all the titles, so why do they even risk Jeff Hardy's title? Well, they already got rid of the number one contender in RVD through Jackson Andrews, and if they got rid of another number one contender in Mr. Anderson, then Hardy would have to defend his title, I guess, the next month. And since the only way to get rid of Anderson's number one contender was to give him his title shot right then and there and hope that Hardy beats him while Anderson's really down after fighting in another match. Makes sense, right? And I like this a lot. And I love Anderson as world champion, too. I mean, I'm going to make a video tomorrow on a phrase I hate, where if you're from the WWE, you can't be champion in TNA. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Because there's a reason that people like the Pope and people like Mr. Anderson were called the future Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin of the company. They didn't say that about AJ and Joe. They're saying it about these two. I'll get into that tomorrow, though. Because I know what I just said now is going to sound misleading, and you're all going to type comments. You think Pope and Anderson are better than AJ and Joe? Watch the freaking video tomorrow. You see, I'm building anticipation for my video for tomorrow. Aha! But yeah, I like this. I like Anderson winning the title a lot. I thought TNA did a good thing here. A lot of people complain about the overbooking. Yeah, but due to the enormity of Immortal, I kind of got it. Like, at the end, when he was beating Jeff Hardy, you see Beer Money and AJ and Kaz sprint to the ring trying to stop the pin, which really showed how big of a deal it was. The odds they were facing for Anderson to win the title. And I just really liked that they did this on pay-per-view. It made me feel really good. They do a bunch of shit, usually where they do it on TV, on pay-per-view, and it should be on TV, or vice versa. This was right. This should have been on pay-per-view, and they did it on pay-per-view. Good for them. So, but the show still sucked. I'm sorry. I can't give the show above a 5.5, 5.25. The Guns match was really good. The opener was good. I like the Bray Devon booking. I like the booking of the main event, but the main event I can only give an NA. I'm not giving this an actual rating. Really, I so hated the show. Like, the Doug Williams Abyss match I did not like. The Morgan Anderson match I didn't like. The Matt Hardy RVD match I didn't like. And the Jeff Hardy Kurt Angle match I detested. So yeah, I'm sorry. There's too much crap on this show for me to give this a positive rating. I can't. There was a good match. There was a really good match. And even the stuff that I liked, they weren't exactly good matches. They were just booked well. Yes, I did like the booking for 2 matches. But I'm sorry, I can't give the show a bunch of 5.5. There's too much crap on here. Way too much crap on here. So yeah, 5.25, 5.5. That's my review. I'm Big Rat 310. That's right. I'm still doing it. And my top 100 matches of the year video, I'm almost done. I need 8 more matches. 8. Right now, I'm watching Kensuke Sasaki versus Jun Akiyama. All right, I'm out. See ya.